What's going on, YouTube? Once again, this is Coach Fred, and I'm here to talk about my technician who does all my mods here in the Philippines. I started doing my mods back when I was 16 years old. I was doing all my mods, so I know what it takes to do mods on your own vehicle. Either you do it right or you mess it up and you make some adjustments. So, knowledge and experience is the key. And you got to be a perfectionist because if you're not a perfectionist, then you got a crappy outcome. In the US, Los Angeles, primarily in that area, since I have money to pay other people to do my mods, um, uh, over there in Los Angeles, California, I had no problem finding great technician who could do the job one time, no comebacks, no problem, and no BS when it comes to pricing. So in the US, I could pretty much go to any shop, they'll do a good job, most of them. It's kind of rare to find somebody who can't do the job. Everybody's experienced there, everybody does the job, and everybody's proud of their work. They take pride in their craftsmanship in America. Now, you come here in the Philippines, the culture here is different. The culture here is as long as they get the job done, that's all that matters, and get paid and walk away. They don't care about the craftsmanship. They don't care about that. They only care about getting paid. So I want you to think about that. So if you're a person who really cares about your vehicle and you really care about the modifications done correctly and you care about that and you're very meticulous, what I mean by that is if you get some mods or modification done on your car and you can't sleep at night just because it's not done correctly, then Philippines is not the place to do it because the culture is just get paid. Until one day, oh, hold on, let me go back. I started coming here in the Philippines 2016, and that's what I came across with. I couldn't find anybody who can do the job and took pride of their job. Most or all have found technicians who just do the job, get paid, and they don't care if it's done correctly or it's done right. They don't take pride in their work. Until I met this guy who works for BP1. I don't know what it stands for, but that's the shop where he works at. There's two guys in that shop, and I met this guy named Charlie. So Charlie in BP1 or BP, that's the shop. Charlie is like the Kobe of the Lakers or the Michael Jordan of, uh, of the Chicago Bulls. What I'm trying to say is that's the guy you want to deal with. So I know the other technician is good too, but I don't know the guy. So what I'm going to do today, I'm just going to talk about Charlie. So when you go to BP1 or BP, uh, ask for Charlie because I can't really speak about the other guy because I haven't experienced it. So when I met Charlie back in 2017 or 18, I did I have him do a lot of work on my minivan, and he proved that he was worthy. I wasn't expecting a lot from him based on my past experience in the Philippines with all the other technicians. I don't care if they work from a dealership. I don't care where they work from. I don't care. Those guys, they just want to do the job, get paid, and that's it. The craftsmanship, they don't care. They don't take pride in their work until I met this guy from BP1 or BP, Charlie. I don't even know his last name, but I know him as Charlie. So, excuse me, I'm out of water here. So I brought my car, actually my minivan, excuse me. I brought my minivan to Charlie, and I gave him all the parts and some other parts he provided. And I told him exactly how I wanted. He did it. He fixed it exactly or even better than what I had in mind. Charlie, BP1 company, you think it, he does it. He does the job. There is no comebacks. If you don't know what a comeback is, it's something that he installed and it had to come back for him to fix it. So back in 2018, he did some light installation and radio installation, alarm modification, and I'm telling you, he does a job well done. His level of of competence is in the same level as in America. This guy cares for his work. Craftsmanship, he cares. He stands behind his job. He'd rather do a good job than get paid. To him, doing a good job is worth more than getting paid alone. Now, that's my perception now. But I don't know. I haven't talked to him, but I watch him. Based on my experience from a 16-year-old who does his own mods up to now, who getting me getting my mods in America, being done by professionals who does their job well. Now I finally met Charlie. He does what it takes, and I'm satisfied. So if you're looking for a shop, okay, first of all, I want to make a disclaimer. This shop don't owe me anything. I don't own any thing from them. So they don't owe me. I don't owe them. I don't really know them. I just know Charlie and the lady that works there or owns the shop. I don't really know them, okay? But what I do know is I bring my cars there and he gets the job done. That's all I know. And so this video endorsement, basically, I'm ready to tell you guys that I'm happy with his job. I'm happy with the company. Um, that's all I'm doing. Okay, so I don't know them. I'm not part of the company. We have no relationship. But let me tell you something. When you look for a shop, this is based on my experience as a veteran, competent modification technician like me. This is what you look for when you look for a shop. Competency, the ability to do your job and do it right. And BP1 or BP, Charlie, he does show that he's competent. The other thing you should look for is trustworthy. If you're dealing with a technician, do you trust what he says to you? Do you trust what he does to your vehicle? Now, he works on both of my cars. Brand new. They're both brand new cars. I don't even let the dealership mess with my brand new truck. But I let him mess with my truck because he does the job correctly. He doesn't strip the freaking screws. He doesn't mismatch the screws because I have that experience. He's like a surgeon when it comes to working on my cars. He comes in there, does the job, put it back. You can't even tell that he worked on it. But what you can tell is a job well done. So the third thing you should also look for when you're looking for a shop is the fair pricing. He doesn't eye gouge me when it comes to pricing. He doesn't look at me like, well, this guy looks like he has money. So instead of charging him 1,000 pesos, I will gonna triple it. Charlie does not price gouge me. He doesn't uh, increase the price just because I could afford it. Because you guys all know here in the Philippines, it's very, very uncommon for people to fix up their cars just for the hell of it, just for fun. Because the money that they make here in the Philippines, they're ready to spend it on food. Okay, that's common. I'm not talking about the billionaires and stuff like that. I'm talking about the common regular people. They rather have the money for food than put a freaking bar light or subwoofer in the back of their car. Okay, so fair pricing, he's fair. For so far, he did all the jobs for me on my vehicles, and they're both brand new. And I have never experienced any comebacks, meaning he hasn't done any job, and then I have to come back so that he can work on it and fix what he did wrong. So far, none. And the other thing you should also look for is relationship. The way he treats you, the way you treat him, you guys understand each other. Okay? Charlie's very respectful person. And I'm always curious why a person that good, the level of competence equal to a an American technician, and yet he's humble enough and not lie to me, because I could tell if he's lying because I do the mods myself. I know how to do it. I'm experienced since I was 16. I've owned cars since I was 16 years old. But with him, we talk about it. We talk about the options, and I could tell he doesn't lie to me, of course, because everything that he tells me checks out. True, because I'm also a modification kind of person. But of course, I'm getting older now. I can't really lay down in the back of the on the underneath the truck, or get a climbing, working like a pretzel, trying to do some wirings. I'm an older person now. I can't do it no more. I can't see close anymore. I'm just with age, you're limited. But with Charlie, he's my go-to guy. What I mean by go-to guy, because I used to coach basketball. If the score is tied and I got 5 seconds to play, we got the inbound ball. I want Charlie to take that shot because I already know he will make that shot. We're going to win. So he's my go to guy. The last thing you should always look for in dealing with shops here in the Philippines, in fact, all over the world, even in America, is reliability. Let me explain reliability. When me and Charlie talk about working on my cars, I ask him, hey, can we work it out on this Sunday? I show up on Sunday, he is there. A lot of shop here in the Philippines, you talk about some schedules, you show up over there, he's not even there, or he's running late. You see what I mean? So here in the Philippines, reliability is something that's below standards. And Charlie changed all of that for me because he's reliable. He shows up. He's right there. So there you go, guys. So 6 things that this shop had shown to me coming from America is that one, that they have a competent technician. Two, they're trustworthy. Three, they're fair pricing. Four, no comebacks on the job. Five, I have a good relationship with them. Six, he's reliable. He's there. So that's pretty much it. And I will show you guys his shop and this address after this at the end of this video so that you guys can check him out yourself. All right, thank you guys for listening to my video. And I hope this video will help you, especially if you're moving here in the Philippines and you like to fix up your trucks, your cars, and you're looking for something, a technician that can do the job properly. I found a place for you. BP1 Charlie. That's my go-to guy. Here we go, guys. And I'll show you the pictures and the information.